One of the most powerful things I heard today came from a man who survived stage 4 terminal cancer. And he didn't get saved. He changed. Let's talk about it. I'm Brittany. Hey, your manifesting mentor. I'm not a coach, I'm not a guru, but I'm a woman who walks the walk and who shares what works. I listened to a testimonial today that stopped me in my tracks. A man shared how he was diagnosed with stage 4 terminal colon cancer. And like many people, his first instinct was to look for something to blame. At first, he blamed his job. He said nothing else in his life felt traumatic enough to explain what was happening in his body. But when he really sat with it, he realized something deeper. It wasn't the job. It was who he had been at the job. For 4 years, he had lived in constant competition, overworked, chronic stress, pressure, living in survival mode. And instead of blaming the circumstances anymore, he took responsibility for his personality because he understands something Dr. Joe teaches so clearly. If you don't change your personality, your personal reality won't change. So he decided to change in practice, not theory. He committed to exercising, eating well, regulating his nervous system, meditating twice a day. And something else really stood out to me. When it came time for treatment, he didn't rehearse the horror stories that come along with chemotherapy. He told himself, this is helping me. He allowed his body to receive support instead of bracing for damage. And the doors started opening. Better treatment options, supportive doctors, and a much better experience than he had been conditioned to expect. By the end of his journey, he stood on that stage cancer-free. And then he said something that, to me, explains the entire spirit of Dr. Joe's work. He said he originally wanted to tell Dr. Joe, thank you for saving my life. But then he corrected himself. He said, that wouldn't be right. I saved my own life. Dr. Joe showed me how. And that's why I respect this work so deeply. Dr. Joe doesn't put himself on a pedestal. He doesn't claim to heal people. He said, this is what I did. This is the science. Try it and see what's possible. People aren't being saved. They're remembering their agency. They're learning how to change their internal environment so their external reality finally has room to change too. Now that's what you call embodiment, not magic. If you want to understand the science behind all of this, I read Becoming Supernatural chapter by chapter on my YouTube channel. The playlist is linked in my bio, and it features my personal reflections and live replays. And if you want to read along, click this link right here to purchase the entire collection. I don't know who needs to hear this, but this is your reminder, and you got this.